Hello there. Okay, so right now we are going to be navigating through Canva. We want to understand Canva better. Okay, whenever you open your Canva, there's just going to be a very little difference in how you navigate your screen, unlike mine, because I'm using a smartphone and you are using a laptop, a PC, but all the same, whatsoever feature or icon you see is the same as what you see here. Okay, so now whenever you come to Canva, first of all, this is where Canva takes you to when you want to create. So now right now you have magic video. If you click on it, it will bring you here. So what you do is like working with AI, something like that. Then if you return social media, what it means is that it will give you an, should I say, an interface where you have to um, design whatsoever you have to do in a social media size, and then video. If you want to edit or you want to edit video or you're working with videos, this is where you go to the videos. Then photo editor, presentation is you working with PowerPoint, doc, which is Word, website, we already know, email. Whiteboard is like a plain canvas where you also design, but I don't like working with whiteboard. You have sheets like Excel. Now coming to custom size. Custom size is when you already have the size of whatever design you're working with. For instance, I want to work with banners, and we designers, there are different types of designs when we want to create. So but if you're not conversant with that, before you create anything, go on social media. I'm sorry, go on any site, any search engine, maybe your Chrome or your Google. You type there. If you don't know how to go about it, type there the size of a church banner, the size of a Facebook post, the size of whatever. So when you get the size, okay, imagine I want to make a birthday flyer now, and I check the post. The very common size they use is 8 by 11 inches. I'll come to custom size, click on it, and then you wait. The network is kind of slow. Okay, let me drag down and click on it again. Okay, right now, whenever you're working with custom size, they have 4 units. You have the pixels, the inches, the millimeters, and the centimeters. If you don't know how to go about it, sometimes you can check online. So for instance, if I want something that is in pixels, I'll go online and search birthday flyer design um size in pixels, or birthday flyer designs in inches. So whatever you're working with, you are going to come here and input it. So these are what I work with most of the time. So now what you simply do is input if you have it. So okay, imagine I'm doing this by 150. Whenever you input design, most of the time, okay, let me do this. No. So when you do this, what usually pops up beneath these boxes where you put your width, height, are, you see different boxes, one in a rectangular form, one in a square form. So what it does is that it wants you to choose. Let me try this. Inches. So I have it here. I have it here. Okay, it's not popping for now. Sometimes it takes time. whenever you input a particular design custom size of design you want to work with, you always find options here, something similar. But what I was trying to get, sometimes when you input this you see different shapes. If you see it in square, if you pick square, it means that whatever you put here should come out in a square size or in a rectangular size. That is what it actually means. So now when you go to upload is for you to bring in the elements or the pictures you're going to be working with in your system or whatever device you're using. To all this Instagram story, Instagram posts, all these options you see here that are already made size, you know, they are already made for you to work with. For instance, if I'm designing a post that posted on Instagram, instead of me going to custom size to impute all of that, since I already know what I'm working with, I will just go to Instagram post. It will come out plain. What I'll do is now go ahead to create my design. Same as Facebook cover. Maybe you want to create a design for maybe a Facebook user, which you want to create and design a Facebook cover for them. Instead of going to browse size of a Facebook cover in pixels or centimeters or inches, you just go ahead to click on Facebook cover and work with that. Then now that's how you'll have the same for logo, virtual background, phone, wallpaper, and all of that. You can see you already have some already made size of um design to work with here. And now when you go over to your design is where you have all your work saved. Every work you do, this is where you have it. And then one thing I want to bring to your notice is that canva is canva automatically save whatever you were doing. Yes. So for instance, if I just okay, now let's go to create. I want to work with something, maybe okay, I've shown you how to use the custom size. Let's go to okay, maybe I want to create a logo for a company. So you can see that it has given me the size of the design I'm to work with. So imagine I already started doing something, but then I just left this page. I just left this page. What happens is that this thing I'm working on automatically saves. Sorry, my network is a bit slow. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So if you go to your designs, waiting for it to load right now. Okay. Okay, if you go to your designs, you'll see that you say edited a few minutes. So whenever you're working on any project and you automatically you leave, what happens that Canva automatically saves that design. Now it is now left for you to move it to trash if you want to. So when you click on these three dots here, it's going to be it will give you it will make the option it will make options pop up. So where you see move to trash, you can see download. If you want to download move, that is when you want to um move it to maybe a particular folder you created or something. Then you have share, maybe you want to share with other people or move to trash. And then whenever you move something to trash, it disappears after 30 days. That's in Canva. Now when you move over to templates, templates are ready-made designs on Canva. What is just left for you to do is edit them if it doesn't suit to what you're working with or the information you're working with to what you already have. So these are, you have templates even to videos. Yes. So what you just simply do is you search the template you want for you're looking at. So imagine I want template for um birthday. It could be anything, it could be birthday, it could be logo, whatever you want. So birthday party, um you can see you always have options. So and then okay, let's go with birthday party invitation. So this is it. We have templates. So remember, templates are ready-made designs from Canva. So this is just it. We are going to be seeing lot of it. So when you're done, what you just do is that when you search, what you do is you click on the one you want and work with it. So it could also be wedding card. So you can see wedding cards here. So if you like what you see here, you just tap on it. It will take you to the canvas and then you edit it to whatsoever information you're working with, and then you have more here. So in more, this is where you edit more about your brand. And when you click on brand, it gives you um the that's where you get to save maybe your brand name, your brand colors if you're already working with colors. The reason why you save all of that so that it is always easy for you to navigate. You'll see options where they ask you to save your brand colors, your brand name, your brand whatever. Then apps are actually tools. Don't worry. When I show you some other features, you will get an opportunity to see apps. Apps are actually let me say design tools that help you design, and then you have all of these, and then your trash. So now imagine we have we want to create something now. Let's go to create, and we want to create something from scratch without using their ready-made um size for design. So I this is custom size. Custom size is the option you use to input your own um design size, whatever you're working with. So now this is it. So let's say we are working with 9 by 9 inches. Remember that is going to give us a square because it's 10 width by 9 height. So it's taking us here. So now we're going to be learning more on how to use our text, our colors and all of that. So here are different tools we are going to be working with to make an amazing or wonderful design. So now you have all these icons here beneath. Okay, still loading. So you have the colors, you have the time. Timing is mostly when you work with videos, and you have more. More is background. If you click more to add pictures, one thing about it is that you can't edit it. So now let's so now I am going to be clicking outside of the canvas. So this is the canvas. I'll just click down here and I'll get more tools. But since you're working with PC, unlike me that is using a smartphone, you're going to be getting all of this by the side. So now we are going to be looking at templates. So remember that I told you that templates are wherever you find templates in Canva, that's where you find ready-made works or designs you can maybe work with or edit to get what you are you really want to achieve. So these are a lot of templates. So you can go ahead to search, use the search button if you're not finding what you want. So this is all about templates. Now, if you move to styles, styles help you to um work. It's 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 easy. It's how will I put it? It helps you with your font combination, colors and yes, fonts and colors combination, as well as font style, font size. So now, if you look at this bracket, remember when we went to more, we saw brand. So brackets, those brand colors and whatever you see for your brand, maybe if okay, let me say you're working for Coca-Cola now, instead of always going to look for the colors to use for Coca-Cola when you're working, you just go to brand. It will give, they are different, it's not limited to only one. You can just give it the Coca-Cola, and then you put the colors there. So now whenever you're working with their with Coca-Cola designs, you just go there, pick the color you want to work with and work with it. So now you have combinations. Combination is the use of colors, your fonts, different styles of fonts, and you just have you now have color palette. This is when you're dealing with only colors or only font size. Okay, I think let me try something. Let's go to templates, right? Let me work. Let me impute this. Let me impute this. Okay, let's imagine you just designed this rainbow wheel, right? And then you don't like this color. You want to try something different. So now let's go to templates now and to style. So now look at styles. Combination is the use of fonts and colors. Color palette is just palette, and then you have font set. So now let's say we want to try changing the colors and the fonts. You go to see all. So now I will try this arsenal, the color combination used there. So you just wait for it. Sorry about my network. Did you see that? So now if you don't like this, did you see that I also changed the fonts? Because look at the fonts they use here, Arsenal and Radial. So the big one is for that, and then your fashion store, you use this shuffle. You just click on it, it will keep shuffling until you get the required one. But if you don't want that, okay, now let's look at this one that I have the Roxborough C font, as well as the Montserrat. So let's click on it, and then you wait for it to load. You see, and then you can always shuffle. That is what that helps you to achieve. So now we are done with template. Let's go to element. Element is where you search for maybe design, and how will I put it, when you want to make a design, those pictures and videos you use, that's where you find them. So now you have shapes. If you want to work with shapes, you have graphics, animation, photos, video, audio. Yes, you can actually get songs And if you don't find what you're looking for, then you can type and search. You have charts, you have forms, you have sheets, you have tables, all of this, you have mockups. So now imagine, okay, now we're working with hot air balloon. So what I just do is type hot air balloon, right? And then you search. And then you search. So okay, let me drag the screen up. So now this is it. If you click on graphics, you see all at the top. See all means that everything that have to do with um um the this option, like whatever I'm searching for, this is where I find it. And then one thing I want to let you know is that there is a limitation to this. If you're using a paid version, you're going to be seeing a crown that is kind of dim. But if you see, this is not a free version. So whenever you're searching for maybe templates or elements, and then you see a crown on it that is golden, what that means is that you have to upgrade to be able to access whatever feature you want to get. So for this is um my this one I'm using right now belongs to my younger one because I've not been able to subscribe to my account. So the reason why I see age is because they use Canva in their school. So I can use her account. I use her account some of the time to do my designs. So if another thing I want to share is that if you see a particular design and you want to um search something like that, for instance, look at this one with TD. I want to see more like this. You you press you long press on it. So when you long press on it, it will bring pop up this. Okay, result could not be displayed. Okay, now let's try another one. Let me long press on it. Oh, so when you long press on this, it will pop up this option. You can see star. Star is that you're saving it, you're putting it outside to use. Add to folder. If you have a folder of designs or elements, you save up so that it's easy for you to access when you're designing. Then see more like this. It's going to be bringing others that are in this form. You can see that. So this is whenever I want to see more of a particular kind of design, you use that. Then let me show you another way to search. Sometimes we don't have the patience to for instance, I just want blue hot air balloon. What I just simply do is that I come here, you see, you click on that, and then you click on blue or whatsoever color you have. All it's going to do is give me only hot air balloon that are blue. Okay, let's be patient. So there are actually times you want to work with instead of always because most of the times when you search you see a lot of ones you need to buy, you need to subscribe to in order to access. So just to save you the time, you can actually go to price. You now click on free. It will bring out only the elements that are free for you to choose. You get, and then that's it for this. And now we go to test to add. Now if I want to add a test to it, you use add a text box. Magic Write is like using on your all this AI. Then you have, if you're dealing with heading, you subhead and then add a title bit of body text. What the difference between add a text box and all of this is that in text box you can actually edit it to get the size of heading. For instance, if I don't want to stress myself to enlarge the text, I'll just add a heading. It will give me the format of a heading that's in size. But if I add a text box usually comes small. So when it does is that you now have to you now have to make it big enough. That's to be the size of a heading. Then apps are actually they have further features on how to make your work is that there are a lot of them. There are a lot. So, but for you to be able to access this, you have to upgrade your account as well as this. These are already um okay, these are my recently used. These are other fonts, you know, they are all in the font area, but for you to access it from this place, yes, just for easy, just like you had templates where you have ready-made they are already made. So here are just um fonts. Instead of you going to the font area to search, they just for you here to use. But this one is also for you to access that, you have to upgrade that to access this area. So imagine we use add a text box now. You see it's small, so we just let me just write happy. So these are different ways you can edit your fonts. So the you have this, you have the Bro, the Italy, and the rest. SA, whenever you put something in this like this, what it means is that whatsoever you're typing is going to be coming out in capital letter. That is what it actually means. Then here is where you edit your fonts. So these are fonts. So anytime you see crown next to a font, that means you need to upgrade to access it. But just in case you don't want to upgrade, you can actually download fonts from internet and upload it here. Yes, you can do it. So if you just want font that have handwriting, font for display, font for heading, you don't have time to search all through this. So what you just do is that you just come to a title and then you try to work from there. And that is that. So the next we have here is your gallery. Gallery is just where you get your pictures from. Then you have your brand, still the same way you have the other one, your uploads, your tools. Projects are your works, your apps, and then that's just that. So gallery, just upload your pictures or whatsoever you're working with. So, and then one thing for these buttons here, whenever you click this arrow that is pointing down, it automatically saves to PNG. Yes, whenever you're working with this. But this arrow that is pointing up, when you come to download, it will give you options for other download. When you click here, you have PNG. Canva automatically saves in PNG when you use the arrow down. But this one, JPG, you have the PDF format, this SVG for web designs and animations. Then whenever you're working with videos, you can use high quality video to save it. Then you have GIF and all of that. So that is it. But one thing you should know is that the arrow facing up, it is limited. Most of the times for you to be able to use it is that you have to have upgraded your account already. So that's the use of those here. So, and then one thing you should know is that when you start using apps, the more you whatever apps you use now comes here. So these are Canwave, Radiance. So apps actually helps you. There are ones you use for generating pictures, generating videos, working with text, and all of that. Them here, these three dots buttons you have for editing, creating new design, resizing. For instance, this I think this was 8 by 9 inches. If I want to change it to another size, I don't like this, maybe I want it to be equal, I want to use 8 by 8, I just come to resize. But resize too is limited, you have to have upgraded to be able to access it. Then I think, yes, then save, move, make a copy, download, all of this, move to trash. So if I now, you know that whenever you work with Canva and you leave that page, it automatically saves. But if I don't want this to save automatically, I'll just click on these three dots and move it to trash immediately, and it's not going to be there. So I think for now, this is all I have to explain to you, except you have, so you have a question to ask. Now replace is automatically taking out background, and one thing about replace is that it cannot be edited, you cannot edit it. You see, I cannot edit it. But if I just get the picture, okay, these are other further tools you can work with. This is the replace, select, adjust, background remover. But if you don't have, if you've not upgraded your account, you'll not be able to access it. What you just do is use the remove dot bg, you go to their site, change it, and then you bring it here to work with it. Then you have the Magic Studio, you have to then filter, that's for working with picture, your effects, crop, flip. So this is it, you flip horizontally or you flip vertically. This arrow up here means to undo or redo. If you don't want to use the shortcuts in your system, then you have color. Excuse me. The plus button is to, this is where it takes you to. Then if you want gradients, you switch, and that is that. So let me undo all of this. Okay, and then you have layers. Layer shows you positions. You can actually drag. You see, you can drag to reposition. So that is for layers. Then you have formats, that's when you're working with your fonts. And then you have advanced, it helps you space letters. Letter spacing is like this, that is between letters. Now if you have, maybe, let me say this is, let me tap on this, so whatever you want to edit, you tap on it. So sorry, I'm trying to tap on this. This is go. So now when you it's also, I'm trying to tap on this. So now this advance here, this line spacing is when you have multiple lines. You see, this is what it does. So that's what you use that for. Then effect 2 is when you have all the shadow, sorry, and then animate is when you want to make it move. Transparency is how you want it transparent to the eyes. You can always increase and decrease it. So you have the layers position is where you want it to be. So if I want this to be to the back, this is it. If I want it to come forward or to the front, so that is it. And then Okay, if you still go to position, you see align, you see advance. You can see all of this. If I want it here, 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 here. So however you want it, that's what you do with it. And then notch. Sometimes you want to move something, right? But it moves too fast or too slow. So notch helps you to move it to required position with ease. And then you also have more. So imagine I want to select all of these and group them. What I'll simply do is that I will click on select multiple. You see, I will click here and then I'm going to group. Did you see? So now all of these are now working as one. Did you see? I group this and the letter. If I want to include this one, I will still go to that three dots here, right? I will still select multiple. I will include this one and then I will group. That's how you do it. You group. And then one fun thing is that you can see I keep picking them. So if you want to group everything, that means when it is always very easy to group with system compared to smartphone. So but it will still pop up the same option. So you take your time to pick everything and group. And then if you want to ungroup, you just go there and then you ungroup and everything is ungrouped. Then you go to the three dots again. You have select multiple, and then if you want to duplicate, maybe this is this, and instead of typing this letter again, I'll just duplicate. Duplicate is to make something twice, you know, or if you want to delete, you delete it. So still on that. So if you want to look, maybe you don't like something moving too much over, your design moving, you just lock it and then you still unlock it too. And copy style. Copy style is usually for text. Imagine I have this, right? Okay, now let me change this font. Oh, for instance, if imagine this was a different font and I want to change it to something like this, what will happen is that I will come here, I'll click on copy style, and then I'll now click on that and I want to make resemblance with. It automatically change. My network is I'm having a glitchy network, so that's why. So you have, I think that's basically what you need to know in Canva. Eh, that's just that. That's so now if you have this plus button is just to get another blank. But what you should know is that whenever you open this, you're going to be finding all of this here. You can edit this color. Sorry. You can edit this color if you want, or of course if you want an image instead, you click on gallery or upload. You're going to be having uploads in your system because that's how it is. So my phone, I'm using a smartphone, so it's either I go with uploads or gallery, but gallery is much easier for me since I'm using a smartphone. So your upload is where you bring in your pictures that you're going to be working with. When you upload, then you can now tap on it so that it can appear on your canvas. So I think that's what you have to know for now. But if you have a question concerning any other thing, just let me know. I'll put it